One of the rivers that flows through Germany is called Donau, but in English it is called Danube. And I was just talking with somebody about how weird it is that it has a completely different name in English. And then I decided to make a Donauwellen cake, which would be a Danube Wave Cake in English. Since this cake has different layers, there are quite a few ingredients that you will need. So what you need is 5 eggs, 200 grams of sugar, 125 milliliters sunflower oil, 250 grams of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 125 milliliters of water, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder unsweetened, 2 tablespoons milk, and 1 jar of cherries. Then, for the filling, you also need 1 liter of milk, 2 packages of cook and serve pudding, 200 grams of butter, and then for the glaze later, you will need 300 grams of dark chocolate and 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. And like always, you will find the printable recipe here on my blog post, where you can switch between the metric system and the US customary system for measurements. The first thing I need to do is to separate the eggs and then to whisk the egg whites with some of the sugar. So, and while I'm whisking the egg whites, I will add 3 tablespoons of the sugar, and the remaining sugar I will use with the egg yolks a little later. And next I'm whisking the egg yolks with the sugar and the oil. Now the flour and the baking powder need to be mixed. I'm using 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I found that it's easiest to mix it with one of these whisks. Alright, so this will now be added to the egg yolks, and I'm also adding the water, and I'm not adding everything at once, I'll put it in slowly. So now I'm folding in the egg whites. Okay, you can see here, this is a really light and fluffy consistency now. And I need to use half of this now for the darker layer of the cake, which will be mixed with some cocoa powder. And so I use some eye measure here. Let's see. Yeah, that should be about half. So the portion with the cocoa powder also needs a little more liquid. That's why I'm also adding the 2 tablespoons of milk. And I'm whisking this in. Okay. Now in the meantime, I have preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. But I'm not ready to bake it yet. It's just that the oven just reached the temperature. So you can use 1 baking sheet if you have a larger one. I need 2 cakes today, so I'm using 2 smaller rectangular baking sheets. And I will leave some notes on the size of the baking pans that you're using or supposed to use in the blog post, so check it out so you have the right size for that. So now I'll just have to again use some eye measure to put even amounts of batter into the cake pans. So, and the darker batter goes on top of this now. So I'm trying to spread it out already a little bit. So now I need to use the cherries. I have to drain them first. And usually we don't want the fruits to sink into the batter, and then we would, to prevent that, put the fruits in some flour first. But in this case, we actually really want them to sink in a little bit. So, and you can see I even press the cherries in a little bit. And you can use frozen cherries, fresh cherries, or cherries from the jar as I'm doing it here. The cakes will go into the oven now for 25 minutes. Now, while the cake is in the oven, I'm already preparing the pudding, and the pudding will be the next layer in this cake. Once I've cooked the pudding, it will have to cool for a while, but the cake will have to cool too, so it will be at probably the same time. Let me really stir in the pudding. And here in America, the pudding already contains the sugar. In Germany, that's not the case. In Germany, you mix the powder and the sugar that you want to add to the pudding. And if you live in a country where it's the same thing and you have to add the amount of sugar yourself, then you just look at the package and see how much they ask for and use that amount. The cling wrap has to touch the surface of the pudding, and the purpose of that is to keep it from creating some sort of skin. Yeah, and now let this cool completely. For the last layer of my cake, I will use some dark chocolate, and I'm going to melt this now. I will need it a little later, but I want to already melt it and add a little bit of the coconut oil, because that gives the chocolate a little bit of a shine, which looks very nice on the cake. For the next layer, I'll have to create a German buttercream. For that, I'm using the vanilla pudding and the butter. So first of all, the butter has to have the same temperature as the vanilla pudding, which should be the temperature of the room, so quite warm in this case. And the first thing I need to do is to whip the butter until it's really nice and creamy. And then I'm adding the vanilla pudding, but I'm not adding all at once. I'm just adding like tablespoon after tablespoon and implement it into the butter. Right. Yes, this looks really nice. Let me put this back into the previous bowl. And this goes now on top of the cake. Now here's the baked cake, and I've already removed the rim and put a baking frame around it. If you don't have a baking frame and if your baking pan is high enough, you can just leave this step out and just do it in your baking pan. And the buttercream now has to set so it becomes a little more solid, and for that I'm of course putting this into the fridge. So my almost last layer is the chocolate, and I will have to do 2 layers of chocolate actually, because I want to have this traditional waves on top, and the best way to do it is to make first 1 layer of chocolate that is just the regular layer. And once that is set, I'll do the second layer. And this goes into the fridge now for a little bit to set, and then I will do the second layer and show you how to decorate it. And now that the first chocolate layer has set, I'm adding the last layer. See, that's enough chocolate. I just want to have this as a rather thin layer, so it's not very thick. Okay, and I give this like a minute now to set a little bit so that the chocolate cools but doesn't harden yet. And then I will make the waves. And for the waves, I'm simply using a fork and just go into the chocolate and create these waves. Now, cutting this cake is a little bit of a challenge if the chocolate has completely set and is very hard. One reason why I put the coconut oil into the chocolate was to keep it a little softer so it won't get too hard. And I also put the knife into hot water so that I can get through this cake without breaking the chocolate into pieces while cutting it. So let's see. Okay. So here you have the cake. So I hope you can see this very well. You see here the different layers of cake, the cherries here, then the layer of the German buttercream, and on top the chocolate. This is such a delicious cake. It's a little bit of work, I admit that, but it's totally worth it. I hope you like this recipe and this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe, hit the bell button if not happened yet. And please watch some more of my German recipes. Thanks for watching. Bye!